Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another night of the Fragbite Masters here live from Stockholm, Sweden. We're going to be getting into the culmination of Group B, the end. We're going to close it out tonight.
Yeah, we only managed to do sort of half of it last time around, and we kept trying to convince people that we would finish it the day after, and then it was actually next week instead. Yeah, it's nEophyte playing FlipSid, best of 3, and loser, they are out of the tournament. Actually, we do have the bracket right here, so you guys can see what's actually going on down in the losers match. That's exactly where we're at. nEophyte, they had a bit of a tough time against Envy. I think the first map they got crushed on. The second map, I think it was on Cash, and Envy just took a long time to finish that game. They were kind of screwing around low for a while there.
Yeah, I think that's the way to put it, man. They kind of let they lost focus a little bit, and it turned into a bit more of a struggle. The next match, actually, the match that followed was LGB FlipSid, and that was actually one of the more close matches that we've had all tournament long so far throughout this group phase. Yeah. So, you know, we're off to a pretty good start here with this night, because I think that this is going to be much more of an even one, especially considering LGB, you know, they might have had a little bit more time now to work out with those new teammates that have been filling in.
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 stand-ins for that one. Really, really sick stand-ins. I mean, that was when we saw Mystic just go ham and wreck everything. That was insane. But it still wasn't the full lineup. They still managed to beat FlipSid, though. But overall, it was a really entertaining match. Now we're going to go into this best of 3 with Cash, Mirage, and Overpass as the 3 maps. So still, I keep pointing it out, no train. It's in the map pool.
It's in the map pool, but dude, like I keep pointing out, how long, you know, did it take for us to start seeing Koval and Overpass get picked all the time?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a bit before we actually see train become a staple in any kind of series, right? So
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough considering, it's just going to be a little bit of a time before we actually get to see it, but that's a shame because it really does look like an interesting map, or at least it's developing into one. So
yeah, it has potential, I think. I mean, it's hard to know before you really see it if there are major issues with it. Like you have to see it at competitive level, but it has potential to be a really crazy map at least. Like it has some really fun and exploitable positions. So yeah,
that's all we're waiting for, right? Just a matter of time.
Yeah. Overpass, though, instead of Cobblestone, is kind of cool. People have been avoiding Overpass. We talked about this last time. nEophyte, though, here they are. Uno, Oscar, Zero, Quest 1, and Barbie. So, I mean, especially Barbie is a really great name.
Yeah, right, Barbie. But like we've seen some really solid play coming out of this team, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they match up versus FlipSid tonight. But they still managed to make it a bit of a fight versus Envy, and so. Like you said, man, that second map, Envy may have let their foot off the gas a little bit, but nEophyte, you know, they didn't let that opportunity pass. They actually made Envy work for it. They punished Envy for not taking them seriously. Yeah. So, you know, we were talking about having to earn respect a little bit as far as, you know, when you're playing these top tier teams, they're not going to give it to you for free. You gotta take it from them. You gotta make them respect you. Yeah. At the end of that map, actually, Envy did have to kind of like, all right, you know, lock it down and start playing seriously. Otherwise, they were in danger of losing and going to a map 3.
Exactly. So maybe it's good news for nEophyte that they get to play Cash as the first map. Maybe that can help them off to a strong start. I do still think they're the underdog team here. I think it's going to make a big difference. I think FlipSid just individually are a little bit stronger too. So
individually is the right way to put it, right? Because they got simple as that.
Yeah, and here we are: Markelov, Simple, Bondic, World Edit, and Blade. And they actually just do have a really powerful lineup here. But you're right, Simple was the main driving force, at least in some of the matches last time. Did such a lot to put to make it a competitive game.
Simple's the monster, and that's why, you know, I think it's kind of up in the air right now as to what's going to happen to this team because of Simple and the ESL ban that he's got going on right now. Makes it really difficult for them to participate in these bigger leagues. You know, if ESL keep getting majors, but also there's this ESL ESEA league that just came out. You know, Simple can't play in these leagues, so it's a really painful decision that's going to have to be made here for FlipSid, because either they stick with him and they can play in like half the tournaments, or they just constantly have these stand-ins for these other leagues, the big leagues where a lot of money is on the line, and they won't be able to really perform because Simple is the heavy hitter on this team. He is, in general, the top fragger, the man who's making it happen.
Yeah. Can they buy him a new identity? I mean, this is the CIS region, right? Surely
2015.
Surely it can be managed. Just change his name and
take some of that sticker money.
Yeah, exactly. Invest it into something like that. Just pretend it's somebody else.
Or, you know, just find the admin at ESL and, you know, break his knees or something. I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm sure there's something that they can do here, but
like just to add to the the getting banned first time around, and then trying to avoid the ban, and then like trying to bribe people. I mean, that could be the next step, and then go into like physical threats as well.
Yeah,
just add like a whole list of stuff just to get him back. It's
I'll talk to Don Ven. Maybe we can come up with something.
It's a real shame because I mean everyone kind of wants to see him play. There seems to be a problem that's actually just plaguing the Counter-Strike scene right now. Like Simple isn't the only one. We've got a whole host of North American players that we kind of want to see play, but they kind of can't. Although have you noticed how more and more of them are sort of being put into play? They're sort of like getting positioned in different roles. So
wondering, if these orgs know more than we do right now. Because is it going to be a
feels
year?
like it.
Is it indefinite? What's happening? Because Swag has now been signed to Cloud9 as like an analyst.
yeah.
You're like, okay, Swag is going to analyze. He could analyze, but is that what he needs to be doing? Not
Steel
really.
has been talked about as potential coach for a bunch of teams. I think Dazed has been doing more and more work as well.
Dazed is still doing he's doing like video logs right now
Yeah.
and stuff like that. For he's still of course doing like netcode guides and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Then AZK also just got picked up by a team today as well.
True.
So it's like, what's actually happening here? What's cooking over in NA?
And I mean, as much as we can, like, as much fun as it is getting our pitchforks ready, I do miss seeing these people play. Like, for all the criticism, I do actually miss seeing them play, right? So it's like, it's really hard to deal with. I don't know. Why do we have to make these choices? Why can't they all just get along?
Brings a tear to my eye, damn near.
Yeah. Well, luckily we do have Simple in this game, and we are going to get into it pretty soon. It's nEophyte versus FlipSid here. Best of 3 game losers. They are out of the tournament. The winners, well, they're going to proceed and play either Envy or LGB, whoever loses that second match, which is going to be tonight, I believe.
Yeah. That'll be the next match, the next best of 3 that is coming up later on tonight. So, as far as that is concerned, we shall see. Not right now, at least. It is going to be nEophyte in this pistol round, and nEophyte looks like they lost the knife round because they'll be starting on the T side here and already gearing up for that B play. They've got some nades picked up, 0 even with the Molotov, so they definitely look like they want to have a barbecue over here.
Yeah, where is he going to put it down though? That's the interesting question, because they could actually Molotov out the vents where someone was just holding. A little bit of noise over here. Stuko, who's actually back, he wasn't playing last time, and I was really upset about that because I think he's one of the strongest players on the team. He's making just a little bit of noise, and it's drawing everybody. There's only Markolov holding over at B. Last time we saw Markolov in a pistol round, he did ace the team, so maybe he could do something similar here. He kind of has to, although World Edit's coming back in. And he's got the kit and a couple of flashes there. World Edit going to go down. Barbie to open it up. Markolov with 1 flashbang, 13 bullets. He's going to have to do such a lot of work right now. Getting a little bit of backup as well. The Molotov going to force him back. Barbie with the double kill now. When, wow, Stuko and Quest 1 going to pick up 1 kill each. Leaving Blade alone. What a successful round from nEophyte. In fact, a flawless one.
A perfect pistol round. It's hard to find anything that went wrong there. With Stuko over on the A site, causing FlipSid to doubt themselves a little bit, starting to rotate more members over there. They only just brought back in World Edit at the end towards that B site to support, but then he wasn't able to get anything done because you had 4 guys on nEophyte waiting in the B halls ready to pounce on that site as soon as they saw weakness. And when it came time, they just ran right in and overran the defense across the board. So nEophyte was that's about as good as it gets. And then even the wallbang going their way.
Yeah, World Edit a little bit annoyed there. He was with that armor as well. So I mean, they've actually come up with a fairly light bite here on FlipSid. Just going for 3 armors and then a couple of grenades and pistols here. So not really going all in on it.
Yeah, they really are prioritizing having money in that next in the buy round because they've even skimped on helmets. Usually, you'll get the helmets basically to be able to counter the Galils, for example, so it won't be a one-shot headshot if you get hit by that rifle. But they've just elected to go for the Kevlar to cancel out the aim punch. So, flip side, they're gonna have some more money to work with for the nades, for the kits, etc. when it comes time to buy.
Well, still plenty of time on the clock here. I like the fact that nEophyte are sort of all grouped up. They've left 1 guy behind to sort of make sure no one's sneaking up behind them or no one's being counter-boosted over or anything like that. But the rest of the team is in one giant group here, and Bondik will still manage to pick off one. That's Oscar going down. And Oscar was actually a monster last time as well. He went completely nuts, and I think he got like 30 or 40 frags or something in the game. But in spite of losing him as an entry, they have still managed to get onto the bomb site. Barbie going to pick up the kill there, and leaving Sasha, who we didn't see last time. I'm wondering if that is probably going to be Simple, isn't it?
Oh, looks like that's going to be the replacement here. That means that Simple isn't playing.
Ooh, really?
That's Sasha who stands in for Simple when.
Oh, someone should have told us. I feel like we've been misinformed here.
Could it be Sasha? I mean, he has a tournament coin, so
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, excuse me. But, well, you know, Simple couldn't play for FlipSide when they were at Katowice, so that's probably how he got it as a stand-in.
Okay, well, that is that's interesting to say the least. That could mean this game could be a little bit different then.
I mean, if you don't have Simple, that's the big thing. That's why I've always been worried, at least for FlipSide, because it's like if they don't have Simple, they lose some major firepower. And, well, unfortunately for Blade, he's going to get caught out on this A site, and it's going to be a perfect third round here for nEophyte. They're going to be able to walk up and get the plant. Nothing really that FlipSide can do.
Last one going to come in to kill on Markolov here. Tries to do a little bit more. He will actually end up with a double before Bondik takes him up. Got to be careful they don't give up that AK, though. And Oscar is making damn sure no one's going to come and pick it up. Sasha ends up going down to Stuko, and that'll be 3 fairly clean rounds for nEophyte. Still using the group strat, just grouping up and not being picked off one at a time. Really good idea. Not giving up any rifles either to FlipSide. And we'll see what the CT team can come up with here. And they've got the 1 orb. And because they didn't buy too much, they can also buy actually a decent amount of grenades here, including Molotovs on Blade.
And Sasha just going to have enough for that M4, but this is what happens if Simple isn't going to be playing. The AWP is going to go down to World Edit, and World Edit also is a very competent AWPer. We've seen him do some magnificent plays in the past.
Yeah.
So good to have him on that sniper rifle here for FlipSide, and of course Oscar. This is the main man. This is the guy, as you said, you know, he dropped a 30 bomb versus Envy the other day, and it was with the AWP for the majority of the time. So this guy can definitely go to work with the sniper rifle if he needs to. But he's going to lose to World Edit to start off. So there you go, that duel down mid to get that mid control. It's actually going to be FlipSide holding on to it for now.
Smoke goes off just as Stuko goes to check in through A main. So he's going to be blocked off for just a little bit here. And a fairly comfortable round so far for the FlipSide team. Follow-up smoke there as well. Bondik trying to play outside of the common spam angle there by the squeak door as well. Pretty good idea. So many people lose their lives to that angle on both sides of the map.
I'd say it's looking like it's going to be another A execute here from nEophyte. At least they've got 3 guys here, and Blade with the angle, perfect onto Stuko, right into the cubby.
Yeah, he saw that before he managed to jump off the box there. That was super cool. Really keeping his head in the game here, and that's going to leave it in a 5v3 with 25 seconds left. I'm not sure what the option is. I mean, if Zero could pick up 2 kills over here, maybe they could try and push within the last 20 seconds over at A and count on something, but this is a really, really far-fetched round, and in fact, it feels like they're just going to stand still and wait for the clock to run out and hope to do something next round. They do have a lot of equipment, $15,600 in equipment, so they don't want to give up too much of it either.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds 4, and now it's going to be Blade recovering. He's flipping out right now, wondering. Bondik putting shots. No, that's actually just World Edit trying to put shots through. But yeah, nEophyte are going to be able to hold on to this, and they have money from, I mean, the successful first 3 rounds. They're going to be able to rebuy behind this, just because, you know, Barbie has money, Stuko as well, so they're going to be able to get some. They're going to be able to get quite a bit of gear here, all things considered.
It is simple.
It is simple. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, Simple.
Yeah, reminder to everyone that pro players really should use some sort of variant of their nicknames when they play in tournaments. It makes it so much easier. But, good that they have him playing it at least. I'd be surprised if they didn't as well, because they did have him last time around. Why wouldn't they try and get as far as they can in the tournaments where you can actually play? Definitely important.
It wasn't clicking for me either, because I'm like, it's not his first name, it's not his last name, so is it Simple or not, or is it the stand-in? Yeah.
His alter ego. Flashbang out. World Edit won this fight the last time around. This time he's going to stay just a little bit more passive because he realizes that Oscar's still up there, although Oscar is on 50 health. And there's definitely a setup outside of B. There's going to be a grenade thrown any second now. They do have the 1 Molotov, which is not quite enough, I think, to force Markolov too much out of position. And in return, Markolov has still smoke, still Molotov, and up high is going to be Simple holding on here. This is actually going to be pretty hard for nEophyte, I think, to get through. They have to come up with a good way to prevent Markolov from really using these grenades effectively.
There we go. Okay, the nades start raining in, and it's going to be another very rapid push. Simple having to close this angle off. He's going to try and push through, but Oscar's holding that line, and Markolov going to be falling down. He's not going to be able to get anything done there. The rotation comes in from World Edit, however, so he's able to pick up Quest, but the bomb is going to get planted. Still, damage being done. The Lurker gets picked off over on that A side. This is going to allow FlipSide now to focus wholeheartedly on this B site with the retake.
Wow, Bondik was a long time rotating in, and actually doesn't even matter because they can't really get through here. The Molotov actually buying a lot of time No one in the back of Checkered here. They're in the bomb site, still just waiting, and it's so far ticked, this bomb. I mean, they have to move lightning fast now to actually make this defuse work. Blade checking as much as he can. We'll find Oscar. It's up to Barbie, and he's going to be the last man going down, but they are out of time regardless. FlipSid, painful way to lose a round. They kill everyone and actually survive with 3 members and still can't win the round.
And they save both AWPs. Blade is able to walk over there and pick up Oscar's gun. Oh, this is going to give them some options now. They could actually hand this AWP over to Simple, who hasn't got a frag yet this map, and they're going to do just that. So now, FlipSid, that was the best case scenario. If barring the defuse, actually killing off everybody on nEophyte, we're going to see the impact that that has now on the money for them. And I mean, they've taken quite a hit. 2 of them are practically broke.
So I think what was surprising that last round was the fact that Markolov never got the chance to put down either smoke or Molotov. Nice pick from Oscar just as the smoke goes up. That's got to be annoying to world edit.
He hits that timing perfectly.
Oh, actually, they're going to push straight away here. Bondic going to win the first fight against Barbie, and will try and fall back just a little bit. Backup is coming in, as you can tell. But this is not the end of the world. You can play retake on A as well. Oscar will pick up the 1. Spray going through. Molotov follow-up. Not going to catch him, though. And they're a man up here. This is a great position for nEophyte.
Oh, that was funny. Oscar was actually getting burned through the wall there for a second. A little bit careful. He's got to be. He's a little bit low on HP. Quest actually taking some damage as well. He's the one who's rotated behind Forklift. But this time around, there will be no attempt for FlipSid. They know that if they lose another round here, they're just going to be forced to eco. They're going to be forced into a very awkward position. So they like to hold on to the 2 AWPs and the gear that they have. They don't even waste the nades, actually. They're just trying to skimp as best they can here.
It feels like the nEophyte putting up a struggle against Envy wasn't such a fluke last time. They really do play this map pretty damn well T-side. They know what they're doing. Good opening, obviously, in the middle there, but yeah, look at this one.
Yeah, this is so sick. He's just hitting that angle. Like, zoop. Yeah, that's really nicely done, actually. Just, that's when it's like hardwired into him, right? He just knows, okay, I see it, I got my bearings, bam, put the shot through. The timing is just right, and I like the quick decision-making as well from nEophyte. They get that opening frag. This is one of those times where it actually works for them to just speed up behind it and not let FlipSid get into position. And again, they're trying to do that. They're trying to catch them by speed, and they're going to do just that. Quest, he picks up 1.
Oh, well, good return. Simple and Blade. The FAMAS is going to fall, and actually Simple, you can tell he wanted to try and run through. He's going to do it anyway, just a bit delayed, which is a little bit weird. Barbie will take him out, and World Edit and Bondic are left 2v3. Feels like if he really wanted to do that, he should have at least gone on the flash timing and not afterwards.
And another Molotov going in here. This is actually Bondic who's going to... He has no room to back up. He's going to have a Molotov of his own, however, onto that site. Bomb gets planted, and it looks like they're able to get out of dodge just in time, although I spoke too soon. Bondic catches Barbie out in the open. So a 2-on-2 retake now coming down here. FlipSid, it's World Edit holding in CT, looking to see if anybody's in B halls. That's not going to be the case, though. They're holding close. Spots the man in Checkered, gets dropped down to 3 HP, and look at Zero. The control on him peaks after a moment, and now he knows, but he's not quick enough to take out Bondic.
Wow, that was a close one at the end there. But pretty well played by Bondic. That Molotov actually did so much damage that he was able to pick up one of the players with just a single tab of the M4. And then it was a 2-on-2, and they managed to seal the deal. They kind of need to as well. They got to make this 10-5 as a sort of minimum here. If they do that, they're still going to be home safe. But nEophyte are really just super aggressive. FlipSid, how do they adjust to that? I mean, maybe they do need to put up Molotovs and smokes a bit earlier. And they do have 3 of them, so maybe they could try and just smoke it off before anything happens here. Oscar, not going to be so lucky this time.
Not going to find that shot just yet. They are holding close again, and this time it's World Edit to take out Stuko, who's boosted up. So there's the opening, and they aren't going to get any kind of mid-control going this time around nEophyte. Once again, it looks like they're going to be focused around the extremities, despite the fact that they have Oscar just holding it. He nearly hits the wall bang. Does he have any idea, Blade, how close he was to getting picked off there?
They must have been able to hear the bullets whiz past them. That was really scary for a moment.
It was definitely a bit too close for comfort. And well, now, how did nEophyte play this out? Because now they've definitely slowed down this pace quite a bit. Smoke, pop flash through. It's not going to hit right, though. And, yeah, that's going to be a free kill there for Blade.
Yeah, that was definitely a couple of inches too short there for actually for that to work out. Zero, and then Oscar going to pick up Blade as well, leaving Markolov alone inside that B bomb site. They're still pacing themselves, even at just about 35 seconds. They're still taking it very slowly here in the middle. Oscar will pick up World Edit. They're really counting. This is cool. This is actually nEophyte playing at 2 different paces. in the same half here. There's one super aggressive one, and then there's one really controlled one where they get pickoffs and then allow FlipSid to make mistakes that they will then play into. So they're kind of capable of both, which is a good sign.
And Markelov is just not having any luck at all on that B site. Yet again, he gets taken out without doing anything real. I mean, Zero's going to get dropped down to 6 HP, but Markelov needed 1 kill at least to make it possible for Bondik to come in here for the retake.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very brave of Bondik to kind of peek around, but he's kind of throwing this gun away because even if he gets in here, even if he gets the 1 kill on the guy who's been tagged low, he still has to worry about another 2. He's going to be able to pick up 0, but he gets dropped down to 13, and he just has to hightail it out of here. There's no way that he's going to be able to get in there. So the big thing here is that he gets that 3rd kill, and that's probably what FlipSid are thinking, is that, well, if we can kill 3, then one of them is going to be screwed economically. So they're not just going to be able to drop rifles and just keep building from there. One of them is going to have to spend quite a bit of money, but it's still not ideal.
Yeah, maybe Markelov does need to come up with a different position because he's pretty much been playing on the back of that default box and just trying to wait it out, and it just isn't working. So there are so many other options to play over at B if that's the issue. Near the pistol round, right at the beginning of the pistol round, they did have the setup with 1 guy in vents and then Markelov playing inside. I mean, why not try and combo that a little bit? Flashes and a couple of shots going through. It's all pistols on the flip side. And Stuko will pick up 2. Simple bumping into the smokes, almost exchanging places. Ends up going down after the 1 kill. Pretty good effort either way. And some damage being put out here by World Edit. Not enough for a kill. Markelov will pick up the first of the game for himself. And a second one too. Kind of a shame it's in a round that he probably won't win here. But still, it's got to feel good to at least do that.
Right? You know, we're here kind of like knocking Markelov a little bit, and then he goes ahead and picks up 2 without Kevlar and only a P2K. He's going to get taken out by Oscar in the end, but he just saved that round as far as the eco is concerned. He just manages to pick up 2 kills, making it 3 total. That's a good eco round for FlipSid. They're going to be pleased with that. But look at this pistol work. Just the calm, cool composure. Just clicking away mechanically there. Whereas nEophyte were clearly just spray and praying, so not so much luck that time for nEophyte, but they still put another round on the board. They've still got 7 rounds now on their T side. They look to be in a fantastic position here going into the second half now.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. And FlipSid are also in a strange position when it comes to the grenades. They think they started this round with 3 smokes, no Molotovs or anything. So if nEophyte just forced them to use a couple of these smokes a little bit early, now they're down to 1 and there's still 1 minute and 20 seconds left. It's going to be really tough, whether it's just to defend or whether to try and retake, zoning out the terrorist team with smokes. It's going to be really hard either way.
Bondik having some luck there, actually managing to drop 0 down low. World Edit changing up his position. So on the A side, at least, they're showing that they're pretty versatile, at least with how they want to hold this site. 2 guys holding solid, but a bit of a crossfire going into it, so it's not too ugly a position here.
That was the patented crab spray through smoke with the FAMAS tactic. Well known and feared.
You know, and it's the crouch one as well, the crab, yeah.
Crab walking, so annoying. World Edit. Good headshot, keep spraying. Nice transfer right onto Zero. Ends up going down, but Simple was there to pick up a kill. And Oscar will be last man standing. Gonna drop to Simple. Nice effort from World Edit. Yeah, the spray transfer from the first target to the second one. Working out really well. 7-3. We're moving into the 11th round as nEophyte are actually out of money finally.
It's the pew pew lasers approach, right? I mean, he's doing real good work.
But you're always worried when you see people spraying with the M4A1, right? It's like if it's the M4A4 and they got all the bullets, like great, just keep spraying. But I always feel like it's gonna end badly. And look at this rush coming in here. Markelov, he hasn't been ready all game for this. So we'll see if it's gonna be this time or not. Flashbang to at least zone them out, but he's got a grenade out and they're gonna be right up on him. Definitely not ready.
But Simple with the quick rotation. He's going to get caught in the back. Does not expect Quest 1 to be hanging out over there in B halls. And now, man advantage situation. 2 guns picked up for nEophyte as well. So they are a real threat. Blade's going to be able to take out Quest, but then the flank comes in from Oscar. He's got his op back. And is it actually his op? Because they might have saved it. No, it's Stuko's op, but still. 2-on-2 now. Blade getting a burn, but Oscar picks off Blade up close, and now it's Bondik. He gets that smoke down on CT, though. That might force Oscar into a bit of an awkward spot. He's going to rush right through, and now he's caught. Nowhere to go, Bondik. He has no idea where the second man is, and Zero lurking on that site is going to be able to pick him off. Yeah, wow. They just won an eco round, Anders.
They just won an eco round by by exploiting the same weakness that has been there all tournament, all tournament, all map here, and that's Markelov in that B bomb site. I'm so sorry to say it. Oscar also making some super cool decisions, right? He could have waited all day outside of B and just, because it's so common, someone should have been coming that way, but he kind of, you know, tries to help out his team and actually goes to look for the information. Then he also pushes with the smoke in that 2v1 at the end. That's also a great decision to be making. So, yes, he's got so much going for him right now, Oscar. Apart from the fact that his aim is incredible at the moment, he's also just making smart choices.
Yeah, I think he's the one that a lot of us are really impressed with on this, and especially when considering, you know, he's still got Stuko, he's still got some really heavy hitters, at least on this team. Quest also putting up a good fight, at least from the match that we saw versus Envy. But like Oscar is just, yeah, he just seems to be the point man here. Once he gets that op in his hands, it's kind of like, you know, the kind of impact that Kenny can have, where they just walk in and start laying waste.
Yeah.
Or Kenny had.
Oh no!
But dude, the return of the king, man. He'll be back.
Oh, no doubt. Arkelov with a really good headshot there on Quest 1. I think Bondic also started off with a really long-range shot with the P250 in hand. So actually, the flip side, they're in a 2v2 with the bomb down. They do not have a kit, so if they wanted to try and win this round, it have to be lightning fast. And all nEophyte have to do is play for time here. Just play it slow, draw out the clock.
Exactly. And they've got the crossfire scenario as well going here. Zero lurking in A main. He may not be able to support. Exactly. He may not be able to support, but now they know where he is. And they planted for A main as well. So this is ideal. Simple. Quickly running out of time. He has no kit. So this is going to be it. There's no way for Simple to defuse this bomb at this point. Even if he were to win that duel, it just was not going to happen. Zero goes boom. But they get 9 rounds now, nEophyte. They are well beyond where they need to be. I mean, you heard it over the weekend a little bit over at FaceIt where they were saying, you know, now this feels like an 8-7 map.
Yeah.
Still feel like it's CT-sided more than T, but nEophyte right now is just doing a fantastic job on their T.
Simple did actually have an HE grenade at the end that he could have thrown in there. I'm not sure if that would have been the deciding difference, and also it's a big risk to try and pull out a grenade in the middle of all that. So I don't want to blame him too much, but just that he had an option as well that went unused there, but he probably felt like that was a bad idea, and it probably would have been. Now, going into the 13th round, I mean, this is definitely looking really tough, although a nice grenade to start off with there. Stuko down to 60. What are they going to do, FlipSide? They are playing super passively as well. There's been no counter boosting middle. There's been no pushing out A or B through Squeak or out where with the CT or the T's are holding right now. You could try and push it up. They're waiting for them to come.
Yeah, Stuko just being so ridiculously thorough over on that A map, checking all the angles.
It's actually a great idea.
Yeah, Simple right now is in a really good spot, though. He could catch them off guard. Oscar's going to take out Markelov, so again, bad luck for Oscar. And then Simple gets forced out into the open. Oscar literally hurting him out there with that AWP. World Edit, though, does take out 2, but the damage is done, and Stuko is now locked down Blade in mid. This just gets more and more awkward here for FlipSide when it comes to this retake. 2-on-3 scenario, but that bomb, they have all the time now to just get set up and go for the plant. nEophyte, they're going to plant when they're perfectly safe. A fresh smoke going down in CT, and now Bondic has a very difficult decision to make along with Blade.
Well, without the kit, it's not even like much of a decision. Unless they get an instant entry frag here, it's not going to work out. And as Bondic goes down, Blade, no chance for this to work out. Actually gets a quick double kill, and Quest is in the back of the site here. But he has to find him so fast here. That bomb ticking away. Goes for the fight. Blade will end up going down. Nice triple from Quest. Bit of a slip up there from nEophyte. Definitely should have been able to lock it down. But nice effort from Blade. Not going to help them, though, as they're into the 14th round. They still do not have money for any kind of rifling either. And I don't really know what to say.
Just like the luck, right? If ever you were going to pull that off, they needed a lucky break, and Oscar unscoping just as Blade comes through vents, which allows Blade to pick off his teammate. I mean, that was just what FlipSide needed. Unfortunately, Blade, you know, getting that 1v3 was a bit much to ask, it seems. Yeah, again, FlipSide, pistols. I mean, they have not been able to get their feet under them this entire half. They've just been constantly getting knocked back down to ecos. And so this is the story that you have. nEophyte sitting on 10 rounds with a clear win in this first half, at least. They're going to be looking fantastic going into the second one. Now it's just a matter of picking up the remaining 2. If they could end this 12-3, nEophyte have practically got the first map in the bag. They can just go skipping into the next one.
Yeah, what an upset, really. Zero opening up Stuko. Quest 1 as well. Markelov going to be the last man standing, and I'm not sure it really makes a difference what he does here. Nice spray control as well. And that will be 11-3. And that's the last round of the first half coming up. FlipSide can put together a really good buy here, but this is just madness.
No, this is just so clear cut.
They really do look clueless, FlipSide, though. I mean, I guess we saw an early indication when Stuko was playing over at A in the beginning and managed to draw so many people out of B that FlipSid are just a little bit anxious, so they end up over-rotating, and they're also playing so passively, they have no idea what nEophyte are doing until it really happens. It's a bad combination.
It's going to be very curious. It's going to be very interesting to see how they develop on the T side, but Simple...
Wow.
Simple just not having any kind of impact at all on this map, and that's another thing, is that FlipSid rely heavily on this guy, on Simple, to create openings, to get entry frags, to slow down their opponents, or to create opportunity for his team so that they can speed up. It's just, we're not seeing that now for FlipSid. We're just constantly seeing them lose these entry frags. They've had just a couple rounds, really, where they've had a man advantage, and even then it's been a struggle. But Markelov is going to be able to hold down on this B side, pick up the first one, and he's just dancing behind. This opens opportunities up for World Edit to come in, but then World Edit just peeks too far, and Stuko's going to be there to get a headshot. Now it's just Bondik left alone in a 1v3 scenario, 15th round, so there's no saving this time, Bondik. Just going to have to get in there and get it done.
At least Markelov changing his position, actually playing somewhere else, and he did get a kill for it, so I mean... When you're defending, you really don't want to just trade, but it's better than just going down, which seems to have been the MO for Markelov the rest of the game here. Bondik trying to get back into it. The bomb is planted so that they can be covered from the main entrance here, and that's a big problem. Gonna fake it just the once, but they realize what's going on. Oscar to pick it up, and it will be 12-3 like you said. Definitely such a rough game for FlipSid. I mean, if they lose this quickly, they might go into the second map without even really catching their breath and without even realizing what's going on.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because it's not going to be a huge break between maps, so we're just going to be hopping right into it. And it's clear that there needs to be some work done on their CT side for Cash, at least. We'll see how the T side develops now for FlipSid. If they're going to be able to, if they can pick up the pistol, well, you can see them start putting some rounds on the board, perhaps. But nEophyte just have such a huge cushion now to work with. 9 rounds separating the two teams. I mean, that's a lot of room for error now for nEophyte when they're going onto the favored side of the map.
I feel like Stuko could be the name of a bad guy in Breaking Bad somewhere.
Stuko?
Yeah.
It's like Stuko.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe
I'll see how this works.
I feel like it could be. He's not top fragging, but he's not really far behind either. I mean, like 7, 12, 14. That's not what's going to make the big difference here. He's just picking up kills whenever he needs to. Oscar, though, has been having some pretty good entries still. Just seems to be on point.
Yeah, him and Quest, really. Quest is actually leading in the frags right now on this map, so that's some solid work. And here we go. Surprise, surprise. Simple comes around that corner, but he's going to get shut down there by Oscar. There's the flash, and Oscar with the headshot takes Simple out immediately. Spots them moving through Secret as well. Great damage being dealt here to FlipSid, and he's just playing Duck and Goose. And they never get to call his name. He's just hunting them down, Oscar and Quest. This is the worst case scenario now for FlipSid. Quest even shooting through. No, he's going to get the kill. So there you have it. 3 kills for Oscar, 1 for Quest. 2 actually should be for Quest. And
that was some wonderful calm pistol work coming out from Oscar. No craziness, no nonsense, just really solid performance here. Not reloading too soon either. Just enough bullets to get another headshot in there. You guys can go and follow him on Facebook as well. You can see the knife there. So
CS Oscar, man, go and hit him up.
Yeah, maybe he's making some fans here. I'm actually just really impressed. I feel like it's a real delight seeing him play.
Yeah, when he played versus Envy on Cash as well, it was a lot of just solid rounds coming in from him. That's what made it so close.
Can someone remember how many of these were Guardian's old teammates? I'm trying to figure out. So I'm fairly sure Guardian played with
Stuko, at least.
Yeah, but Stuko, I think probably with Oscar as well, didn't he? This is a Slovakian team, so
I can't remember Oscar off the top of my head. I can definitely remember Stuko.
The whole of Guardian's early global offensive career was him playing in random Slovakian teammates and having a really hard time because he was out carrying everybody. You kind of wonder. I mean, I really don't want to see Guardian out of Navi at all ever, but if it happened, you got to wonder if he could actually go back and pick up decent teammates now, because they seem to be catching up really quickly here. Look at Oscar just picking up people left and right. Pistols out, does go down to the end there. Tech 9's though not going to be enough. UMP and a stolen Tech 9 on Quest 1 at the end there. 14-3. And things are looking just very good at the moment for nEophyte.
Yeah, it's definitely looking grim now for FlipSid, because they just 4-spot in that last round, so they don't even have another round. They don't have another leg to stand on, another round to get through. It's basically another 4-spy situation. Unless they elect to save, they're going for a hard eco basically here in this round to then play it out for overtime in the next one. And, I mean, you can always try, but FlipSid, essentially you're going to just say, yeah, we'll take 12 rounds in a row. Unless they can just pull off some sick magic here with the Glocks in this round. That's definitely not looking like it. I mean, they don't have any nades. It's going to have to just be run and gun somewhere onto a site. There aren't a whole lot of options here. Oscar picks up the first one onto Markloff, and that's an A main, so already we have a pick over on that side of the map. A sick nade onto World Edit, and it does a bit of damage to Blade as well, so now there they go. That flank has been cleaned up, and now FlipSid, they're just drawing out around where they really aren't going to get a lot done.
Yeah, I think that's about accurate.
They get the kill onto Oscar, but nice little lurk there by Bondic.
Shout out to Alex Wood over on Twitter, who said that Sasha is actually a shortened version of Alexander, which is Symbol's first name. I'm not sure how that works.
That could work.
I can't figure out how that could be a shortened version, but I will accept it as fact anyway. Tweet me more facts, guys, and I'll read them out on the stream. Just make something up if you can. I won't know the difference anyway. 15-3, and we're moving into the 19th round. And the amount of smokes and grenades and molotovs on the nEophyte side is going to make it so rough for FlipSid here.
Look at that prioritization as well. Every single one of them picking up an incendiary.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. And it just makes it so difficult for FlipSid to rush or to go for smoke rounds to do anything at all. If everybody's got incendiaries on nEophyte, it's going to make it very difficult to hit a proper timing on FlipSid. Or for FlipSid, rather. So now, well, FlipSid are going to be able to get control mid, and they do so by actually going for a bit of a B-split smoke setup, where they cut mid in half, but then Quest decides to weigh in and take Simple's face off. And Oscar, blinded, will take out Blade on the A site. Just doesn't get any easier here for FlipSid. Oh, another one!
It's actually like they're throwing the smokes or the flashbangs to trigger him. If they don't throw the flashbangs, he doesn't know when to shoot, but it's like, now is the time. Pop. Fire when you get flashed, and we'll step right in front of you. That's just unfortunate. Bondic gonna pick up a kill here, but this could be map already for nEophyte. 2v1. Bondic gonna get sprayed down by Zero. 16-3. nEophyte. They're playing such a cool game. Look at Oscar at 24 kills in 19 rounds. What a monster.
Yeah, again, just like the repeat performance from him. He delivers just like we were expecting, basically, after we got to watch them versus Envy the other night. So, I mean, there you go. nEophyte. We were saying the FlipSid were definitely the heavily favored team in this match. Well, if not heavily favored, certainly just clearly favored over them. nEophyte just showing us that that they have a pocket map that they can pull out and really just dominate on. They can always go toe-to-toe with the very best with them on this map. So Cash, clearly, they're feeling comfortable on it, and we see the result. 16-3, though, man. I don't think any of us could have expected it to be that one-sided.
No, hell no. I mean, this is a really big upset. I mean, we said that Cash was maybe a good map for nEophyte. I didn't think anything like this. Nothing like this. Really, really impressed.
Now we go into Mirage. So that's going to be the next map. I mean,
that should actually be a really good map for FlipSid. That should be a map that they should be strong on, I think.
Simple, wow. Markaloff. Markalov's always been strong on that map.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this could be... Yeah.
I think FlipSid are going to need a bit of a break, and we'll take 1-2 just to calm down and relax. And... nEophyte, I mean, they're just they're really upsetting people today, I think.
Yeah, and we might have that upset because now one map away from getting eliminated from the tournament. There is no, as far as the fourth seed is concerned, if you're fourth seed in your group, you're out, you're done. You do not go into the consolidation tournament that will be happening later on once we finish the first phase of the groups. So everything on the line now for FlipSid, and Mirage is going to be their playground.
Yeah, exactly right. So stay with us a little while longer. It's only the first map in the best of 3, and we do have a whole nother best of 3 coming up, which is Envy and LGB. Really good game as well tonight. So stay with us. We'll be back soon.